Hey guys, Professor Bill Comic Book University and Daredevil issue number 10. Another fine issue. Another really good issue. Let's get talking about who made this comic book. We'll start diving a little bit into it. So we got No Devils, Only God, Part 5. Chip Zdarsky is the writer. George Fornes is the artist. Jordi Belair is the color artist. Clayton Cowles, VC's Clayton Cowles, is the letter. And the cover artist is Julian Totino Tedesco with Jung Gwen Yun doing the variant cover. All right, so Daredevil sleeping with that mafia chick. Well, you know, the mafia chick would actually be the grandma. No, this is the wife of the mafia chick. Young, hot, big bone, thick. How you doing? Yeah, like that. It's bad. You know, I know what it was like being a young Catholic boy and not quite as Irish as freaking Matt Murdock here. I'm mostly Italian, but like, you know, you get what I'm saying. This poor guy, he's just like, you know, the nookie's good and I did it all for the cookie. But man, I gotta like, you know, pray it away afterwards and be like, I'm so sorry, and go to confession and be like, Hail Marys and mea culpas and all that stuff. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. So he's not the only one feeling the guilt, though, especially when she realizes that her husband almost got killed in a beat-down arson attack in the bookstore. I don't know if the bookstore is going to be around much longer. It kind of went up in smoke. They're going to have to rebuild and restock, that's for sure. Anyway, Daredevil decides to go and have a conversation with one of his charges. Remember, he is a warrant officer, and right? Warrant officer, whatever. He's the guy you got to report to if you come out of jail for a little while. I forget what those guys are called. I think they're warrant officers. Just weird we have those in the Army also. Not with the same job title, not with the same purpose. Anyhow, so he's got to deal with this guy who he didn't do any drugs, didn't drink, didn't do anything wrong except carried a gun with him in Hell's Kitchen. Second Amendment, dude, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's also the states' rights, and no, you can't do that. So he winds up getting in trouble. He's supposed to go back to jail. While this is going down, well, Detective North looks like he's about to get shot in the police department. Now, we get some seriously good action in this comic book on multiple fronts. It's not just Daredevil fighting. There's a shootout. There's a whole bunch of crazy things. And seeing Daredevil using, what do they call the PK-46s, I think? The batons that the police use. Seeing him using two of those instead of his regular batons was kind of cool. I was kind of hoping I'd see the ricochet off the wall a couple of times thing, but I get it. It's not balanced the proper way. It's got a little handle on the bottom, you know? But this was really good. Now, all in all, it might seem like it's a little bit unrealistic because, I mean, he went in. I mean, there's going to be people who recognize him right now. Unfortunately, that's not the way that people usually operate, especially when you see how busy the place was, how they started getting an influx of calls just as he came in. Like, it was the perfect storm of events, so it actually made it very believable. The most believable part about this is he didn't just walk into the police department all of a sudden. We as the readers started seeing this stuff going down. No. All this stuff was going down, and we knew about it long before the main character, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, found out about it. So when he finally did learn about it, it was, one, almost a relief, two, even more realistic, because it was built up not just in this issue but throughout this arc. So seeing this come to a boil and go over the pot, for me, if you'll excuse the metaphor, was really, really good. I liked this. I liked this comic book a lot, man. And I gotta say, if we're going to start talking about cool costumes for Daredevil, do I necessarily need to see this in the form of a, what do you call it, a Marvel Legends figure? Maybe? I'm thinking I'll just take my John Constantine body and, like, you know, flip around and like see what I could do, you know, just, oh look, it's Matt Murdock in his cheap Daredevil costume, because that looks good. That just looks good, and it's very realistic, I think. Anyway, guys, I'm done. Can't wait for the next issue. Let me give you a peek of what the next issue looks like. It's dropping on September 11th. That's a Wednesday, not a Tuesday, so there's that. But yeah, and Spider-Man's going to be in it. Hey, you know, if we can't have Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe anymore, Sony, then what do you call it? Yes, I'm blaming Sony because they've done everything else wrong. Why wouldn't they do this wrong? Leaking stuff to the press. You've been hacked and we know what you do, guys. We know what you do. But anyway, yeah, right there. Spider-Man in there. When has Chip Zdarsky not done a good Spider-Man? Right? Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.